there's people that wonder when will Trump lose more of his supporters. I do think he'll be in the 20s by the time of the midterms. But he's at 35, 31% right now, depending on what poll you're looking at. Question of when the other shoe drops, then you lose the rest of those people, you lose more people. The same reason the Volksarmy fought for Hitler at the very end of the war, the same reason you had those young boys fighting in Berlin for him. We look at it now as it's ridiculous. You have movies like Downfall and Untergang. Showing you how useless it was that the Russians were bringing artillery pieces into Berlin and using it to hit buildings with it. I mean, how can you fight that? How can you fight that with a rocket? How can you fight that with a gun? Somebody's using an artillery piece in a city. When you understand, I've got to say that I don't know how the war went on past 43 when they were actually bombing Berlin, bombing Germany itself. I don't know how the war went on past them. But nonetheless, when you understand why they fought for Hitler, even when there was clearly no chance of success, Hitler, there was a moment where the Russians were in the sewers, and Hitler flooded the sewers. There were hundreds of thousands of Germans living down there, and they died. The Russians were well past it. They had already gotten in. It wasn't going to slow them down, is what I'm saying, by doing it. When you understand that he didn't care about his people any more than Trump does, and the sheer hate, and I guess the sheer sense of like, we're going to pay for our crimes. Like we some of the things we did, we knew they were crimes. Not just the concentration camp, not just the Holocaust, but we know what we're doing was wrong. And we're going to pay for it one day. Some white man's going to get a big book and he's going to write our name in it, and we're going to face consequences. Some guy's going to bang a gavel somewhere on the table, and we're going to hang. Whatever your reasoning it is, remember that same this same sense of uselessness to risk your life, to risk your future. That's something that when I was younger is how many really great German intellectuals came up after World War II. That really, to me, I want to say were men of conscience, and that because of Germany getting wrecked, Eastern Europe getting wrecked, period, they had to go elsewhere for education. So it wasn't just lives lost, it was futures. You understand? It was futures that were lost because of one of the worst man-made crises in human history. So I just, when you look at the woman that got killed by ICE yesterday, when you look at the violence, the threat in Greenland, you look at all this, you wonder, why would anybody still support this? Or, excuse me, why would anybody be like, I don't know, when your insurance premium is about to double and triple? People are going to have to decide between paying rent and paying for insulin and paying for drugs. Hospitals are closing up in these rural states in Iowa right now. These people are going to pay. They're going to pay. You cannot do it gay people or drag queens or transgenders or trans kids. They are going to suffer. These communities will suffer. And I guess the only way I can look at it is, as I said, Hitler at 45 cooked up in the bunker and a bunch of 12-year-old, 15-year-old boys losing their lives fighting the streets of Berlin against an actual army that had been fighting. Men that were actually not some guy showed you how to shoot a gun or a rocket launcher in an alley somewhere. All right, let's go. These are men that have been fighting. Men that had seen death close up. Men that had a heart. And Stalin, gave them, it was a revenge thing. It was a revenge thing. They definitely were encouraged the rape of Berlin. There's books written about that stuff. So you have to understand the same ideology why really 31% is this is the racists. No, these are the hardcore racists. These are the racists. These are the people that are willing to get hurt to push white supremacy. We always know it was real. A lot of them aren't. A lot of them aren't going to want to lose their house. A lot of them aren't going to. A lot of them aren't happy about layoffs. A lot of them aren't happy about them holiday bonuses. A lot of them aren't happy about these things. Some of them will take it. It's just 1 year in. Only been 1 year in. Some of them got their money saved up. Or some of them just come from nothing anyway. The point is, this is why that and people come out, well, can Trump can it come up? No. Because Trump isn't doing anything to change. He's not doing anything to change. He's threatening Greenland. He's saying to come into the country, you have to give your biometrics and social media, and I think that's another con. I wouldn't do it if I was coming here, because I fully believe Trump is surrounded by crooks and criminals. This is a criminal administration. Period. And I mean that with all my heart, soul, mind, and strength. It's a criminal organization. And I don't doubt that Trump would run some kind of a scam on those tourists. I locked my credit. When I saw Elon got all our social security stuff, I locked my shit. No, man. So you're not gonna have tourism. That's a done deal. You know, it's just, to me, it's this is why that, because you kind of wonder why the number hasn't gone any further down. That's why. Because we're finally at that point of people in this country like, yeah, I don't like all these Somalis. And listen to J.D. Vance joke about it. They got a Somali problem in Minnesota. It's like, yeah, that's racist. That's what you ran on, right? This is their game. You step on people of color. You step on gays. You step on the Latinos. You step on the blacks. You step on them. Then when they act up, you call them criminals. You call them thugs and terrorists. So you get violent. This was that game all along, baby. There's nothing else in that bag. It never was. So the people that are in that poll, these polls overwhelmingly, are people that are okay with that. Some of these people I do think are just stupid and just didn't care about the shadow of fascism, and they knew, they just don't, and now it's like, my 401k, my electric bills are going up, hey, the farmer, soybean farmer, some of it is just, I just can't operate like this. Some of the people coming over or saying that, they're not going to vote.